Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue entry level to Megabase, where we're just looking at our beautiful green science setup that is working as intended. Just gonna increase a bit of the iron flowing in, since that is what's holding this one back once in a while, that we can't get delivered fast enough. And yeah, that is looking quite good. Let's just mark it on the map as green science. And then let's get on with today's episode, where I have a small correction to something I did, or something I talked about a few episodes ago, or last one, I can't remember which one it was. So at that point I was talking about these chests not really being emptied because we had all our robots being used for different things, and that is correct, but only partly. One of the other reasons why it was backing up was that we had no more storage. But as most of you know, you normally get a little indication down here that you're missing storage space, but I never got that one. And it might be because we have so many alerts already going that these weren't showing as filled up. So to make sure that doesn't happen again, let's just make sure we have all the space in the world. Let's just do that. And then we should be good for a long time. So on to our next little project. Right now things are still going very smooth. We are still getting advanced circuits, but let's start to set up the next science. So we have red, we have green, that's running very smooth. At a 180, oh, what is that? Did I misalign something again? Of course you did. That has started to be my new favorite thing to do. So let's just deconstruct these things and replace them from the start. I think to here should be good, and then let's just place it down again. But as I was saying, there we are. Let's see if we can't set up some military science. Piercing rounds, grenades and walls to make 2 science packs at a time. So firstly, let's look... Oh, one thing we'll do before we start. I have been this alarm beeping when we go below 20. But since we're using accumulators, it will always go to almost down here, just by the nature of this, but it should never run completely out. So let's go and turn off the alarm before we start building, because I am getting a bit tired of the beeping when it's not really something that's an issue. So let's go down, turn off the sound, and just have it as an indication that we are getting lower. Yeah, well, let's just get around all of these. And let's go down south. I need to clear out these trees. Oh, sorry about that. And I think it was somewhere down here. Oh, sorry about that as well. Let's go out and walk. But I think it was somewhere down here that we set it up. So let's just go and turn it off. Oh, it's way over here. As I was saying, it should never be an issue, because accumulators, if we do it at the correct ratio, which is 21 accumulators to 25 solar, we are doing more accumulators to solar, so as long as it fills up, it shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully I went the right place to look at our sound and didn't place it somewhere else. Did I place it up top? No, it's right. It is right there. It's just almost hidden. So let's turn off the sound. So you can go off. They will only hear it when we are close to this. But it will still show an alert, and just set it to, let's say, 5%. instead. that should make sure that we don't have that annoying thing go off anymore in the coming episodes, at least until it is really critical, which I might think 5% is, because then we really need to start to build more. So let's go back up top. Should be able to drive quite easy in here. And to remember, let's just remove all of the trees. We've done it once before, but let's do it all the way out to where we're at right now. Just to here. That should make it a lot easier to drive in our base. So as we were saying, let's go and set up a little military science setup, because that's also one of the things we're missing to get our next power armor. So let's see here. This is gonna be replaced with new robots, so that's good. Oh, that cut the power to these. Did not mean to do that. Oh, that's just cut the logistics network. Sorry. There we go. But since they're full, yeah, we just need to get things delivered. But that should be fine again. So let's see our military science. How many can we fit inside one of these? If at first we just craft one military science, it will need 112. So 1 piercing rounds every 10 seconds, same grenades, and 2 walls every 10 seconds. So to do the correct ratio, if we do here, here, there, there, we'll have to do, let's see here, where is it at? 1 piercing, 1 grenade, and 2 walls. That should be that, and then we can supply 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will give us 10 if we're doing the same ratio. Then we have 3 inputs instead of 2 right here. So that's going to be a bit interesting. We'll also have this flying in. If you look at this one, one can supply 3 of these. So that's something we have to think about when doing it. This is all just flown in from anywhere. This is also just flown in. So it's pretty much this one we have to think about. And if we do 1, 2, 3 of these, they will do 1, 2, 3 of these with 1. What's it called? Of these. This one makes 1 every second. This one makes 1 every 3 seconds. So this ratio should be good. And yeah, then we just need to hook this up and get things delivered around the place. So how should we hook it up? It would be easy just to use robots inside this area, since I think that's the only place they're really being used. So let's try and do a complete robot setup, of course, with the beacons. Should we get this delivered by this? It's not really bulk items, but we could probably do it some way quite good. So let's steal. That is moving. We don't want that. We pretty much just want to do a nice simple beacon setup. So let's take this one. Let's just start right down here. Say right here, I think. Let's see how it does. Let's just take these 2 to see. 2 right here and remove those parts. Then we will have request and provide. So to provide in the middle so it looks a bit good. And request. And then change these into military science. So there we are. Then we'll have beacons up here where they can reach. And 2 out, 2 in, requesting the items we need from pretty much this setup. So if we do 10 in each row, so 2, let's see it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, then do 3 rows of this. Let's get some power down here. Something like that. We'll have to be there to be the correct distance between, but they will at least have 10. We need that times 3. And then we need this in another row being made. So let's see here. If we want this right in the middle. So let's take this and place it down somewhere. This looks like the middle. Let's just take it all the way down for now to see how it looks. And then we just need this times 3. So you can go away. So 1, 2, 3. Then we need to hook this one up. And let's see, how can we fit all of this in? It will be the completely same setup. We'll just change things around with this. Let's just move view over here so I can still see it. So if we just copy this one to here, but changes these out. Let's see. 10, 6, 12, 13. Can we fit in one more above? Ooh, we can, but I'll remove the power and we don't want that. But we need 13, so we could plaster one on the end here to make it look good. So what if we have 12? 11, 12. That should be fine. It'll be in close to optimal ratio. We might be missing a bit with some of the beacons. So what if we do this, then adding beacon here and one more right there. So this one won't reach. We could actually do that and just add the rest on the side. So that is going to be 12. We could also remove pretty much that one and that one. Then we have 10. And we just need 3 more. We can plaster those on the side or on the end. And that could, to make it look good, be, let's remove you. Take this part, add here, 1, 2, 3. That could be all of our, what's it called? Oh, we could actually add the grenades to right here. That might actually not be a bad idea. Let's try and go with that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. That will be grenades. On the military, of course. 1, 2, 3. That should work. And then up here, we will add... You two just go away for now. We'll fix it in a minute. We will add the other things. That's the grenades. Then we can do... What if we do that one? And then the piercing ones right next to it. Let's do it in the incorrect row. It looks stupid otherwise. We'll give a bit of travel time for the robots, but it will look better. Then we'll do 6 walls. Let's hope that is correct. Oh, did I do the crafting speed wrong on these? I might have. Because if you're doing 30. Oh, is crafting speed 1? Did not know. Oh, and we have... I completely messed this up, guys. You guys must be thinking I'm an idiot because I completely forgot about the crafting times of the things as well. So we might as well just tear this down and do it from the start. Oh, that makes me feel so stupid because we do need pretty much 1-to-1 of grenades. Yeah, that is kind of what we have to do. So how should we solve that then? We'll kind of have to remove everything then, or at least reevaluate how we do the setup. Luckily, I caught it before I made the mistake of activating it. Wow, what a silly mistake. Let's do the math again one more time up here. So see, what goes up in 8? That does 10. So 10 of these, that's what we had before. That's 10 right here. For U10. We'll need 8 grenades instead. So 8 means we need 24 grenades for this. And we most definitely don't have room for that. But we could do 16 instead and 20. But I'll make the ratios a bit off. How can we fit this in a good way? Oh, I'm not the best with ratios, but I do enjoy building them once in a while. We could go with a surplus of these, just to make it a bit easier to work with. This we can manage a bit easier. So here we have 10, 20, that means we need 16 grenades. So let's change these for grenades instead. We're at grenades. Oh, there we are. That'll be 10. Let's just remove all of these because we need to change the ratios for that. 10, that'll be 16. That'll be the grenades we need. Then we need the walls, which we don't really have room for. But for 10, needing 2 walls, that's 1 wall every 5 seconds. But let's see here. That means we'll need 5 producing. Oh, that's completely wrong. We have 10. So that means we need 2 every second. So is that just 1 wall builder we'll need for 20? Is that right? No, they only... It produces 2 a second. So if we have... Oh, my mind is going crazy right now. It's probably a quite simple calculation. But... yeah, once in a while it just kind of messes up. So let's see here. Every 1 second we need 0.2. So do it times 10. We do it times 10. That means we 1 a second we need 2. So yeah, we do it times 20. So we need 2 of them, pretty much making walls. I think that will be enough. Do comment about that ratio. But if we do 2, pretty much just plastering on the end here. 1, 2. Can we get enough beacons on it? We can get 1, 2, 3 beacons, I think. So let's put down a second one just to make sure that it's all fully beaconed and correct. So if we do that, that, and that, this will produce every 10 seconds, it will produce 20. And that is exactly what we want. So that is what we need. Times 2. So that's correct. Let's try this. No idea if it's gonna work. But yeah, at least then you guys will be able to laugh or tell me I did this completely wrong. Then double beacons up here just for the fun of it, for when it's needed. The same on the opposite side. Let's try and go with this. Hopefully we're not too far off in our calculation. Oh, and sorry about the first 15 minutes where I was just rambling because I did something very, very silly. And this one will produce a bit of a surplus as well. That is completely fine. So that will be the setup we'll use. So that's 20. 20 is using 4 a second. This one is producing 2 a second, 4 a second, 6 a second. Plus a bit more since we'll be a bit off ratio. So let's try and fire this up and see how it goes. Should we just shift it a bit so it's in the middle of this blueprint? Let's do that just to make it look a bit better. So take you and place you, I think right here might be good. There should be the middle. Let's try that. Just get our robots to help us out with setting this up again. Yeah. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a bit annoyed that I spent so long on this. But then again, I'm not used to doing perfect ratio builds. I'm just used to throwing down a ton of things and just fixing bottlenecks here and there. But I want to make this somewhat perfect and we can check as soon as it's hooked up. So while all this is being delivered, let's set up a bit more power or other things that might be needed in the future. If we look at our resources, things looking good. Is copper keeping up? Copper is keeping up as well. Just barely. So it's pretty much just the speed modules that are slowing us down. Are they almost filled up? 19, 18. So still a bit of a ways before that is done. Here comes all the inputs. And everything down here has been built. So let's just expand you out a bit to have a bit more coverage. There we go. Can't do that one. That has resources in it. Same with that. And we can go out this way as well. A small amount. That just touches. That's perfect. So that should give us a few more solar panels. And I'm just doing this to make sure that we never run out of power, since that would be one of the worst things that could happen. So this is all built. Time to request the items and see how this goes. Could productivity and everything, but for now let's... Should we? At least in these we could do productivity. We have... I mean, we need 80 productivity to get them all. Oh, let's just wait with it. So let's copy you to here. Maybe get it to get a few more at a time. Just to... I know they're from right here, but I think it will be good just having a bit more stored up. Grab you, here, 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 and here. Hopefully this is going to be one stack. Whew, thank God I noticed that. That could have been quite bad. Are these limited? They are, good. So let's copy this part just to right there. That means that all of this is fixed. That means we can look at the walls. You can request stone. Hopefully this is enough. Please get a bit more just to be on the safe side. And you can just, yeah, let's limit you to one stack. Or if, let's limit it to, can't remember how much walls stack in, but let's just limit it to 2 because this should be producing at a 1-to-1 ratio, or close to at least. So that's gonna be our walls. Then for the huge sink that's gonna pretty much nick all of our, or steal all of our coal. So before we actually activate this one, I want to go and fix our coal supply, because otherwise we will get in a huge amount of trouble. That is now limited as well to 2 stacks. Ooh, you need to limit the grenades as well. There we go. And there we are. So walls being built, that's being moved out to these by robots. Hopefully they'll know to just keep staying here and not move a ton of different places, but yeah, we'll know if moving this by robots will be an issue very soon. I have a feeling that it might be, but yeah. Then here, that is good. You're all limited, so let's request. Just get a few hundred. Request you. And let's get it to 50 as well. Then we have a bit of a surplus for it to work with. Here and here. And you are starting to build as well. Just need the iron flown in. So that is most hooked up. Before I activate the rest, like I said, do we have a coal patch somewhere? We have a coal patch right here, but that's used for different things. So I don't really want to take that out. So where's the nearest coal patch? We have a huge one out here. Other than that, we have to go and get this one. Could reroute some of these things to grab from out here. Let's just expand out a bit of coverage to see it. Let's just go like this and hook it all up. So we can start to grab some of this very soon. Oh, what? Did I never get done building this? Seriously? Oh, that is quite hilarious. Huh. Well, I know where to get my my coal from now. Oh, just deactivate this place. No need to activate you now. I just kind of want to get you away and then add it to a normal coal patch that can supply the base. Wow, that is... I can't believe I did that. Did any of you notice that I forgot to hook this up? Because to be completely honest, I didn't. Wow, that's... Yeah, well, that happens once in a while. Let's just get these two away. Then we should be able to cut that and hook the rest up with the... Wow. one thing I want to try now that we can. I'll do that next episode, to be honest, because I want to... let's go and get some beacons. I want to try and do a beacon setup for our coal. I think that could be quite cool. Let's just go back to the base and get it. And then be ready to do that first things next episode. I think that could be a good way to do it. To be honest, I can just get some requested to my person. I cannot do that because they are not in the network. Because I made it that way. So let's just grab some beacons. Whoops. There we go. Let's see how many beacons do we have in storage. Oh, quite a few. Come with me, please. Oh, and one thing I want to set up as well, just very quickly. Repair packs to go and fix the mess I made around the base. And repair my car. There we are. So let's go up to the coal patch. And yeah, the next episode, the first thing we'll do is try to do a beacon mining build and see how that works. Then hopefully all of this is connected up as well, so we can see it in action. But I'm quite pleased with this. If it works or not at the correct ratio is another thing. But for now at least, I think it's looking somewhat good. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that, even though I made a bit of a mistake the first half of this episode, but you learn a lot by failing. So yeah, that's what happens. So hopefully you'll give me a like and subscribe, and then I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.